Hi Taurus, welcome to your December forecast. The big news this month is that Mercury, the planet that rules travel, technology, computers, communications, speech, talking, information, goes retrograde on the 20th of the month, all the way until the 8th of January. So what this really means, in my view, is that things just need to slow down in your life. Your thinking needs to slow down. All the things that you think you have to do and have to get done and must do and should do and could have done and might have done just need to drop away. Because it's a time when Mercury is retrograde to relax, to restore, to revive, to rejuvenate. And so these are all the things to be thinking about rather than to be concentrating on forward momentum. To me, it's going to be a period possibly of some stillness, some quietness, and even maybe a sense that you're going backwards just a little bit. And sometimes moving backwards can be quite a nice feeling. We've gotten used to always having to move forward, always having to grow, economies having to grow, everything having to grow and grow and grow. And now the planets are asking us to slow and slow and slow. Taurus, this could be really quite enjoyable for you. Let's break down the month. On the 8th of the month, we've got Venus joining Mars up here in your 10th house. Excuse me, this could be some good news about your career, about your work, somebody that you even meet through work or at a conference, or through maybe on a course that you've been doing, or something where you connect with like-minded people and you just click. You may find that you're working with somebody that you really enjoy working with. You may find yourself working on a project or something that really gives you great pleasure. You can be very creative with it and you're enjoying yourself in the workplace. And if you're not, then Venus moving there will show you possibly what you're not enjoying, and you'll be able to reevaluate during the Mercury retrograde ways in which you can make changes in order to begin to enjoy your work, your career, what you're doing more. On the 13th of the month, we have got a full moon happening here in your second house of money, Taurus. So a lot of money emphasis this month. Especially we've got the Sun here for the first 3 weeks of the month in the 8th house along with Saturn, and this full moon in the 2nd. So you may get a bonus, there may be some good news financially. Maybe something you've been working on comes to fruition financially for you. You may find that you've got a wonderful business idea, an idea that could bring you possibly some passive income. With it being a full moon in this second house, it's also a good time to really look at your confidence. It may show up areas where maybe you're feeling a little wobbly and you need to boost your confidence a little. Because the second house is very much about your self-esteem, valuing yourself, seeing yourself as the original that you are. Nobody else is ever going to be like you. So why not celebrate it? The more you do that, the better your income, the better the money comes to you, the easier everything comes. So that's what that full moon could well bring up for you. On the 20th of the month, we've got Mars going into Pisces on the same day as Mercury goes retrograde in your 9th. So Mars into the 11th and Mercury retro in the 9th. So what does this mean? Well, above all, Mars in Pisces is not a strong placement. Mars in the next sign, when it goes into Aries, that's strong and that's moving ahead. But in Pisces, it's quite reflective. It's very sensitive. It doesn't want to upset anybody. So you may find with this Mars-Neptune energy in your 11th house that you meet really sensitive people, people that you really feel on wavelength with. People that you go, ah, this is somebody who is part of my tribe. I feel connected to this person. You may find that you get connected to people who've got similar ideals to you. So that's the Mars energy. Then this Mercury retrograde until January the 8th in the 9th house, energizing there with Pluto. So to me, this means it's wonderful really to have a rethink about your beliefs. What do you believe? What do you think? What do you think is possible for you? It's like anything, if you believe something is possible, then it is. It's about going deeper into your beliefs, maybe exploring the areas where maybe in your life you're not quite satisfied and things are not going quite as you would like. All right, let's go deeper. Let's see, what am I believing? And maybe I've got limited belief about getting into a wonderful relationship. Maybe I feel I don't deserve it. Maybe I'm always saying to myself, well, I've never managed to have a good relationship, so it's just never going to happen. So it's really a wonderful time for looking at your philosophy of life. Yes, maybe you want to change things. Maybe you'd like to live in a more compassionate way, a more caring way. As we move into this level of higher consciousness on our planet, maybe you want to make some changes in that area for yourself. It could be a spiritual awakening. You might go on a retreat. You might even only need an hour out in nature, and all of a sudden you see your world from a totally different perspective. This is a wonderful possibility for you, Taurus. And on the 22nd of the month, we have got the Sun coming into this 9th house. And on the 29th, a lovely new moon happening in the 9th. This 9th house, well, you might be traveling to somewhere exotic, somewhere you've never been to before, and you meet people there that broaden your horizons. You see life differently again. It's an opportunity to meet new people internationally, different cultures, different places. Stimulate your senses, your feelings. It's certainly a wonderful time for higher learning, for studying, for taking your knowledge to a higher level. The 9th house is the higher learning, understanding of life, deepening that. It's about satisfying something deep within your soul. That's what this new moon may trigger for you. And it may take you to studying astrology. It may take you to realizing that you've got some wonderful psychic intuitive gifts that you could be utilizing more and making your life move in more of a flowing fashion. If you're willing to slow down this month, if you're willing to become observant and mindful, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful month of awakening for you and seeing things in a fresh perspective that will make this new year for you a really uplifting, inspiring and powerful one. So I wish you a wonderful December. Do watch my 2017-18 forecast, please, if you haven't already watched it. And I wish you the very, very best for this coming year. Thank you for commenting, sharing, subscribing, all the wonderful things that so many of you communicate to me. I do appreciate you.